Hey guys, Jocelyn from Fantasia Elegance here with another jewelry tutorial for you. In this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to make this very cute little wire wrapped rosette ring. And this one is so darn simple to make I almost feel embarrassed for doing a tutorial on it, but hopefully it'll be helpful for some of you out there. So let's jump in and see what tools and materials you'll need. For wire for this ring you can really use anything you like. I'm going to be using the artistic wire in silver. You do want it to be 20 gauge round dead soft. And I got this wire on Amazon. You can really buy it at any local craft stores if those are available. I have a terrible area with no craft stores, so I got mine on Amazon. So again, we're going to be using 20 gauge round dead soft wire. And as far as sizing goes for different lengths here, I have a little chart that I will let you guys take a look at. So for each ring size, we're going to need a different length of this 20 gauge wire, obviously, because larger ring sizes require more wire. And I will be working in US ring sizes and inches for the wire. So I'll give you a chance to pause and copy this down if you need to. Okay, so for tools, you're going to need your very standard set of chain nose pliers, round nose pliers, and flesh cutters. And you'll also want a ring mandrel. And I prefer the nice heavy steel ones. I got mine on Amazon again. I think Amazon should probably be paying me a commission at this point, although they are not. And of course you'll need a ruler to measure out your wire. So I'm going to be making a size 9 ring, so I'm going to go ahead and cut 2 lengths of 6-inch wire. So you're going to cut 2 pieces the same length based on your chart here. So I'm doing a size 9 ring, I cut 2 6-inch pieces. There we go, and super simple. You're just going to take both of your pieces, make sure they're flush up against each other. Pull out your ring mandrel. You're going to find the size you want to make. I'm going to do a size 9. And you're going to put them right behind the ring mandrel with right in the middle, equal lengths on each side. And you're just going to wrap it up and around. And you're going to cross the wires over in such a way that you don't want them intersecting like this. You want both wires going over each other, just like that, so they aren't crisscrossing. And once that's the case, you want to double check that your lengths are even on each side, and I've got more on that side, so I'm going to straighten that out a little bit, just so we have equal lengths on either side of the cross there. I'm going to double check that I'm still on my size 9, and I'm squeezing very tightly with the thumb and forefinger of my left hand here, just to make sure that it's making nice contact with the ring mandrel and there's nothing slipping. And at this point you're going to really snug them down, so everything's snug, touching that size 9 on the ring mandrel right where you want it. And this is where the magic happens. You're going to take your right hand and you're going to twist these 2 wires to make the rosette. You're going to twist them so that they go against each other, just like so, very tightly twisting. And you can see there now they are perpendicular, again making sure I'm not slipping from the 9. And you're going to keep twisting like this, just with both sets of tails. You're going to keep twisting until you get a nice little rosette right in the middle like that. And as you can see at this point, now that it's somewhat stable, you can take these strands separately and pull them over if you like, just to get them positioned where you want. I'm going to go ahead and make the rosette a little bigger by pulling these around. There we go. So you want to wind up with something that looks a little bit like that. Now there are some alterations you could do, or some variations that you could do at this point. If you wanted something a little fancier than just the plain rosette, you could add a bead on this strand right here before wrapping it, and you could add a bead on this strand here before wrapping it, and same thing on the other side. So that would be a possible variation you could do. But at this point I'm going to go ahead and slide it off the ring mandrel. And we're going to do a little bit of shaping here just to make sure it looks how we want it before we start tying things down. I'm actually going to take that strand under, if I can keep my thumb from cracking, sorry about that. There we go. And what we're going to do with these tails is go ahead and wrap them right around the ring portion here. So you want to start with the tails that are furthest in towards the rosette. So I'm just going to select this one. I'm going to push it down, tuck it right through the opening there. And you want to keep it right up next to the rosette. So I'm really going to push it that way, just like that. And I want to get 2 good wraps around the body of the ring. So I'm going to snug that first wrap down. We're going to make the second wrap. And you want to keep this second tail on the outside of it. I'm using my chain nose pliers to really tighten this up. There we go. After you've got 2 good wraps on there, you want to go ahead and pull out your flush cutters. And we're going to snip this off, leaving enough that we can kind of bend it under around the side of the ring, but you don't want so much that it goes and pokes your finger when you're wearing the ring. So right about, if I can get it to focus, right about that much is going to be the sweet spot that we're looking for. So then you just take your chain nose pliers again. I'm going to grab that. I'm going to smush it on down. There's no sharp edge there. We're going to do the same thing with this other tail, except we're going to wrap it right adjacent to that wrap we just made. And you might want to adjust it so you have a nice arc right here, a nice curve to it. And I think that looks good. So same as before, we're just going to tuck that wire right under there. I'm going to tighten with my chain nose pliers, and we're going to do a second wrap, tightening that one up as well. So now I've got 2 wraps on there. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing, snipping off that tail so that there's just enough to where we can tuck it under, or rather tuck it on the side. You don't want it going to the back side of the ring because then it'll scratch your finger as you try and wear the ring. There we go. And then I'm going to flip this on over. If your 2 parts start to separate like that, don't worry, just take your pliers, make sure they're stacked like they're supposed to be, and that'll go away as you tie down these last 2 tails. So I'm going to get that outer one out of the way a little bit, taking our inner one, same deal as before, swinging it on under there to make our wrap. And there's one. I'm going to tighten that. And then let's do the second one. There we go. Gonna cut that end off. Tighten it down. And we just have 1 tail left then. So just like on the other side, we're going to bring it on over so it's right adjacent to that prior wrap we did there. And let's go ahead and get that one tied off as well. There we go. And last little snip there. And if you need to readjust the shape, anything like that, if it's lost its roundness, you can slide it up onto the ring mandrel just to regain its roundness there. And we are done. Like I said, super simple ring. But it's very cute, as you can see. Little rose, little rosette there. And it's very versatile too, because as I said before, you can do variations where you add little beads on either side. It's a very fun, simple style. I hope you enjoyed this quick tutorial. Please comment below if you have any questions or comments, and also if you have any ideas for future tutorials you might like to see. As always, thanks for watching and happy crafting.